Oh, unfortunately not all wings for... No worries.
Ba't daw?
Hindi. Di ba nag-request na nga ako sa kanya? Sabi niya, hindi lahat ng wings gumagana sa ano. Sabi ko, no worries. I can always choose something else. Pero yun ang gusto ko. Alam naman, kapag ako bihira naman ako mag-request eh. Pero yun ang gusto ko. Gusto ko talaga yun. Hindi, gusto natin yun pala. Anyways, I'm sorry by the way for that. What is up, you guys? It's me again, your girl Raya, back again with another live stream as your little potato with a smile. And just give me one quick second because I'm trying to put this one really, really quick on my page. Why? Because that's hacks. Ang saya talaga ng laban ng Domi kanina. Na-enjoy ko yun. Lalo na yung pag ano talaga sa sulok.
Hindi na-enjoy kaya ako dun.
Iba eh. Legit talaga yung sulok gaming eh. Iba. Teka lang. May kabagalan ng very, very light yung...
May necklace ka na ba, lab?
Wala pa. Ay, hindi. Ring ang kulang ko. May necklace ako. Pero hindi ganda. Hindi maganda yung stats.
Baka tignan mo yung, ano. Ay, okay yung stats niya, ano. Naki T-Rex.
Tanong mo kay T-Rex kung pwede kong hingin. Mabilis. O, binibenta ba ni T-Rex? Kit na name yun, o, T-Rex. Tagal, ba't ganun? Wait lang ah. And by the way, you guys, just give me one quick second. I'm still waiting for our special, you know. Kasi, it's still being generated, so give me 1 second. And by the way, I just wanted to give a quick heads up to everybody, especially if you're new here or you guys are not aware on how this works. The codes that I give away, this is actually for every player. Okay? It's actually for all. It's not just for Potato or it's not just for my ally, but it is for those people that are online during the time that I am live streaming. Okay? So if you guys are here while I am live streaming and the codes are still available, then you guys can use it. It's not specifically just for my alliance. The only reason why I have an alliance, actually this is not even my alliance. Alliance namin. Okay? Alliance namin. This is managed by everybody. So, mostly my husband. Pero, ang point ko kasi guys, hindi porket hindi kayo patatas, meaning nun, hindi kayo makakakuha ng code. Ang advantage nyo lang kapag nasa ali namin kayo is nakukuha nyo yung code na medyo mas mabilis. Kasi syempre, kaali nyo ako. Pero other than that, nilalabas naman namin lagi sa word chat yan. So, right now, I'm still waiting if it's going to be given. Pero we did a good request for a good item. I mean, I didn't request for a specific item. I requested something. I requested an item that would benefit everyone, not just me, but everybody. Okay? Syempre, hindi naman tayo selfish. Kailangan, gusto ko yung makukuhang item nyo or yung makukuhang item ng lahat is yung magagamit ng lahat. As importante talaga siya sa game. Hindi yung puro kayo pink diamonds. Ano pinagagawa nyo sa pink diamonds? Nalulot yan. Tigilan nyo ko ah. Pero syempre kasama yun. Yun pa mawawala. Just scar. Ano yun? Ano yung sinasabi nila?
MU Strongest. Nag-MU Strongest ka ba?
Muntek. Pero hindi. Hindi ako nag-MU Strongest, pero niyaya na ako doon. Niyaya ako mag-MU Strongest kasi nung kapitbahay ko.
Oo.
Yung kapitbahay ko, nag-MU Strongest siya, tapos nagpapaturo siya sa akin ng build doon. So, kilala ako doon, kasi binild ko yung character niya. Kumbaga, ano siya noon, rank 5 siya. Pero pinapatamba niya yung rank 1 nila. Kasi galit na galit siya, sabi niya ganyan, ang pangit kasi hindi ko maintindihan yung build, ganyan. So sabi sa kanya, hindi kita matuturuan ng eksaktong build para makapatay. Sabi ko, pero i-explain ko sa'yo how the build works. Nung pinakita ko sa kanya, tinuruan ko siya, sabi sa niya, ganito dapat to, ganito dapat kataas to, dapat ito, pataasin mo to. Nung pinataas niya, tapos parang meron silang PvP event. Tatawa ko eh. Yung bahay niya, siguro mga 3 blocks away from me. Nagmamadali, mo yung gabing-gabi, alas 10 ng gabi, kumatok bigla dito sa bahay. Sabi niya ganyan, napatay ko yung top 1. Alam mo yung tsura ko talaga nun? Kumatok ka para lang doon. Sabi niya, napatay ko yung top 1. Sabi ko, pwede mo naman sabihin sa akin bukas, hindi ako makapag-antay, napatay ko yung top 1. Sabi niya ganyan, adi congrats. Sabi ko, congrats. Sabi niya, paano mo nalaman yung build? Sabi ko, edi yung ginawa ko sa build ko, pinakita ko sa'yo. Sabi niya, ang galing. Sabi niya, ano susunod kong gagawin? Sabi ko, mali ko sa'yo. Dapat naintindihan mo na sa unang tinuro ko sa'yo, di ba? Tapos parang tumagal-tagal, parang nagkaroon siya ng merge. Nawalan din siya ng gana. Strongest ka kasi. Hello po, saan po mabilis magpa-level sa server na yan? 300 plus po. Pag 300 plus ka na, 300 plus. Pilitin mo, kumbaga ako, kung 300 plus ka, pwede ka muna magstay sa Kantoro, tapos gamit ka ng, Island of Prison ka. Mag-Island of Prison ka, which is dito, tapos gamit ka ng 500 times XP. Kasi sa isang oras mo magle-level up ka talaga siguro ng mga 10 levels to 20 levels no, love. Tapos, pag okay, hindi ka pala pwede Island of Prison. Kahit Elveland, pwede naman Elveland kasi 5 million pa rin naman yung makukuha mo na, na chuchu. Or, ang isa pa sa the best way, dito kami nagpapalevel ng mabilis, Land of Trial. Land of Trial, then use 500 XP. Ganun lang. Ganun yung diskarte. I know that you guys are here and you're waiting for a code. I'm also waiting for the code. So please, maghunos dili kayo, Lalabas yan. Pero maya pa ng konti. Kasi, na-late ako ng PM. Na-late ako mag-inform. Or I advise him very late. And I apologize for that. I really, really apologize for bothering you at a very late hour, Elder. Regarding this. Pero, ang maganda doon, yung code na gagamitin natin, or the code that we are gonna be giving away for today, would probably a code that you guys, that will make you guys strong. And I'll explain to you guys how you should be using the materials inside that code. Kasi, I always buy that. I always buy that using pink diamonds, but even though I buy it every time, I don't really feel that it's enough. So that's the reason why when I was asked what should be the item na would be helpful for everybody, I thought of those 2. Dalawa lang, wag kayong pati pink, syempre. May nag-PM. Si Skyler. Ay ko kasi muted yan. Muted yan kaya dito nag-iingay. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, sa tagal ko ng streamer, ngayon lang ulit ako nag-ban ng... Uy! Ay, wow! Wow, nice! Thank you! I got the code! Alam mo yung code, love?
Ano?
Raya-stream. That's it. That's the code.
Wow.
Ay, kaso hindi aabot. Elder di aabot. Wait lang. Elder. The code.
Ano hindi aabot?
Hindi aabot. Teka, the code. Hindi aabot. Teka lang. Wait. Hindi aabot kasi may limit. Wait. The code is too long. Ay, sayang, the code is too long. excited with the freaking code. And then when I tried the code was too long. 1 second, guys. Okay, 1 second. The code is too long. What the heck? We can remove the dash. It's just okay. Yeah, remove the dash. Okay. Loko ka, Elder. Oo nga. Oo nga. Okay. So he did give away. Okay. Di siya madami ha. Ang tipid mo dito, Elder ha. Ang tipid-tipid mo dito, Elder ha. Pero okay na din. Thank you so much. TY very much. Code. Guys, gift code. Ang ingay-ingay mo, Maximus. Ingay-ingay, walang utak. Seryoso yan. Seryoso. Try nyo. Seryosong code yan. Try nyo. Alam mo, yung mga ganitong klaseng tao, binablock, ang sakit sa mata eh.
Oo.
Ang tanga-tangang ingay-ingay. Ay, wag na.
JR.
Yung mga ganyan tao talaga, binablock na lang yung mga ganyan eh. Ingay-ingay. Kumbaga, alam nyo yun, para siyang ano eh, para siyang lobo. Puro hangin. Oo nga. Huwag ka gagamit ah. Nangangain ng tanga yan. Kilala ko to si Easy. 260 something to. Easy. 260 ka sa sino?
Bakit?
Wala, nakatawa ko. Michael Allen. Ito, kaso, may inaantay kasi kami ngayon pumasok. Pero may 2 slots pa, kaso. Paano Siyempre. Para sa lahat yun eh.
Kaya mo na. Ayaw mo nila. Kami na lang.
Sige. Ang tagal naman natin mapatay yung boss na yan. Buset. Uy, oh. May elite to. Teka. Nangaagaw ka na naman, ah. Meron dito sa baba.
Hindi ah.
Sumunod ka eh.
Saan? Kasi
Kasi? Kinuha mo isa no? Umiikot ka! Sa iba ka mag-umikot. Anyways, since you all guys, most of you guys got the code, wait lang. So, sorry sabihin, sabi niya nagpapabango na pangalan. Hindi ko need magpabango na pangalan. Actually, dapat kang kabahan kung sinong inaaway mo. Anyways, asan ba yun? Wait lang. May kukunin ako eh. Nakalimutan ko yung kukunin ko. Parang, ay, hindi pala ang tipid. Oh my gosh. Tira mo yung crystal na binigay niya. 50,000 crystals.
Saan? Ah, okay.
Pero yung crystal silk ha, ang konti ang tipid, Elder the crystal ha. Are you only allowing us to do like one specific level? But yeah, I understand. I understand why the crystal amount is just like that. Because crystal is actually very important. And I wanted to share with you guys how you guys should use the items that you guys received on, with the code. So, first, let me go ahead and open them. Okay, there you go. Ang tipid talaga nung sa silk. Pero okay lang. So, ganito guys. This is how you're gonna use it. So, first of all, for the spirit, actually, 50,000 or technically 100,000, 100,000 essence for the spirit is not super duper high. Wait. By the way, I forgot to share it with the other peeps. So, let me just share it for the GAs. Like here. Code! So you guys can also use. Kasi baka sabihin na naman, hindi ko nakalimutan ko pamigay yun last time kasi nagmamadali ako eh. There you go. So number 1, nakita ko yung ino. So for the spirit, here's how you guys are supposed to use it. So let me provide you guys with a little description on how your spirits work. Okay, your spirit is actually a big help for your character if you want to make your character strong, okay? Now, for the spirits, one thing that you guys need to understand, the main spirit or the battle spirit, which is this one, provides you 100% of whatever it provides. So, the basic stats of this one, you get 100% of whatever it has, okay? While the support spirits, which is this, you guys are only given 20% of their basic stats. So, the random stats, which is the talent stats, ito mga talent stats na to, you guys get this 100%. But, the basic stats, which is this one, you guys only get 20% of that. So, if you're going to be using your crystals, you have to keep in mind kung magkano ang magagastos nyo every single time you try to level it up. So, right now, almost all of them is pantay-pantay. Or what I'm trying to say is all of them, they don't have any star up or whatsoever other than my razor. So, in order for me to level this up to level 20 or level 117, sabi dito, I will be using 53,000. See, I can only level this up twice. I can only level this up twice. Pero dito, this one, I will only be spending 32. So, if I'm only getting 20% of this one, so if I multiply this by 10s, kumbaga 10 levels, so meaning 32, halos same lang din yung makukuha ko na dagdag. Pero hindi eh. Kasi normally guys, ang gawain ko dito, or my strategy here for the spirits, if you guys didn't know, one of the things that you guys can do would be start first with your main battle spirit, and you can leave the support spirits at a later time. So when I say start first with your main spirit, level it up maybe up until 150. Kasi by the time you reach 150, the essence required, or the crystals required to upgrade this becomes too much. Sobrang taas na. Like, pataas na ng pataas, the more na nagle-level up kayo ng battle spirit. So, kami, even before when I was on my main character, I always start first with the main spirit and then I don't really touch the others. Normally, if I add levels on them, maybe up until level 10. After level 10, I stop. I stop on the support spirit and then I mainly focus on the main battle spirit until 150. Why 150? Because again, this provides you 100% of the stats. You're only getting 20% out of all these three. So, yung tatlo, sa totoo lang, sa ngayon, medyo useless pa siya eh. Sa sobrang baba pa nun level, sobrang useless pa nun. Kasi, isipin nyo guys, if it's only giving you 7.64% na bonus, let's just say gawin nyo siyang 100%, you're still only getting like around 63, pagpalagay na natin 55%. Kunyari na, let's just say 117 na yung stats niyan, di ba? Wait, 1 second. Calcu. Yan. So kunyari 55.5%. If my razor right now is a support spirit and then let's just say I'm getting 55.5% damage bonus coming from that, I'm only getting 20% out of it. So that means, out of 55.5% at level 117, ang nakukuha ko lang, or what I'm only getting out of my my support spirit, is just 11.1%. So that's fairly low, 'di ba? Imagine you're spending almost 50,000 crystals for your battle spirit, but then, since it's a support spirit, you're only getting 11% instead of the actual value, which is 55.5%. That's the reason why it's best to start leveling your battle spirit first before you start working on your support spirits. Okay? So again, try to understand that work first on your battle spirit at least up until level 150 before you start working on your support spirits. Kasi guys, the technique here is you only start working on your support spirits once your main spirit requirement is too much for you already. Kunyari, pagpalagay na natin on a daily basis, you're only getting maybe roughly 100,000 crystals. Or, hindi pala crystals ang tawag dyan. Wait lang. Sorry. Ito. Crystals nga. So, kunyari, you're only getting, let's just say, 100,000 crystals. Kasi, daily sa Pink Diamonds, as you guys can see, I always buy that out. I think you can purchase like around 50 or 100 here. So, if that's 1,000, then that's only 100,000, right? So, if your limit is only 100,000 daily, then that means, by the time that this reaches 150, level 150, it will take you days before you can level it up. So, kung gusto nyo ng continuous improvement for your character, another way is to start working on your support spirits. But the only time you will ever feel that your support spirits actually help your character is when you level it up 10 levels from what it is. So, for example, if this is level 0, you have to reach at least 10 levels bago nyo maramdaman yung damage bonus na idadagdag niya sa inyo. So, kunyari, if this provides an HP bonus of 3.8, so that's less, kumbaga, plus, and then you make it into 20%, 3.8 times 20%, so you're only getting 0.76% HP bonus coming from this razor. So, sobrang liit, di ba? So, bago siya makadagdag sa inyo, or bago nyo maramdaman yung 1 level increase na yan, you have to level it up at least 10 levels from what it originally is. That's how that works. Kaya nga, work on your support spirits, work on your battle spirit first, reach until at least level 150 before you start adding levels here, at least 10 levels. I-rank up nyo siya ng 10 levels. So, tawa ka ng tawa. Pero nagtitripan nyo na naman si ano, no? No comment.
Sige, focus ka lang dyan, Ben.
Hindi, kasi sa totoo lang, ayoko talagang mag-comment wala talaga akong plano sanang mag-comment diyan kay Maximus na yan. Kasi earlier, nag-Lost Tower ata sila, and I was sick yesterday, that's why I couldn't do the live stream. So technically guys, tulog ako, maski nung Lost Tower, tulog ako. So tulog ako, 'di ba? naka-online man yung character ko, naka-AFK yan, nababasa ko man yung mga pero I'm trying not to get involved kasi I also have work that I'm doing. Kumbaga, I have work, I'm kind of busy doing, doing some works for the improvement of the game din, 'di ba? So I'm working on something that can help everybody out. Tapos meron silang issue sa guild kasi I'm not the guild leader, guys. I'm not the guild leader. My husband is.
Ako po.
Siya ang guild leader. He's the guild leader.
Ako po.
JP is the guild leader sa guild namin. So, if you guys have any concerns with my guild, you guys can ask him, not me. If you go through me, I don't really make any decisions sa guild. Okay? Kasi I already have my hands full with my responsibilities in the game. So, that's why I try as much as possible not to get too involved with the alley. And then, parang nangyari, guys, ayon sa kwento nila, sa nakikita ko sa kwento, which is dito ako talaga, sorry for the word, pero dito talaga ako nabababohan. Ang tanga talaga eh. Alam mo, kahit saan ko tignan, guys, ewan ko talaga, pero ang tanga talaga ng reasoning eh. Sa Lost Tower, guys, everybody should know that Lost Tower is a battle arena. Okay? It's a battle arena. So, PK is okay. I don't mind getting killed by other players and I will never be mad at you kung nadaanan nyo ako, napatay nyo ako. Kasi pwede ko kayong gantihan because that's a PK area. It's an event. It's a one-time daily event na pwede talaga kayong magpatayan and that's the strategy. But here's the catch. Okay? Here's the catch. You guys have options. You guys have options to use peace mode, which is honestly don't ever use peace mode there. Why? Because even if you go on peace mode, ikaw lang ang naka-peace mode, karamihan sa kalaban mo hindi naka-peace mode. So katangahan mag-peace mode talaga dyan. Number 2, alliance mode. And this is why you're inside an alliance. Kasi you use alliance mode because you work together with your alliance, 'di ba? And then we have party mode. This is only applicable. Party mode is only applicable, guys, kung iilan lang naman talaga kayo sa alley, di ba? O kaya kaaway nyo lahat sa alley, wala kayong pakisama. And then we have the all mode. Yung all mode, para dapat to sa mga solo player eh. Alam mo yon, meaning nun, wala kang sinasanto, walang alley-alley, walang ibang alley. So, ganito guys yung nangyari. Habang nasa loob hindi ko alam ko paano ko i-describe. Itong player na to, habang nasa loob siya ng Lost Tower, inatake siya may umatake sa kanya. And everybody knows that, yung mga naglalaro ng Lost Tower, nobody knows the name of whoever attacks you inside Lost Tower. Not unless they kill you. 'Di ba?
Tama.
So, inatake siya ngayon, syempre, malamang sa malamang, ibang player yung umatake sa kanya. Kasi lahat kami naka-alliance mode. Kasi nga tulungan sa alliance dapat, 'di ba? Nung inatake siya, imbes na magpalit siya ng mode to alliance mode, ewan ko talaga kung anong meron sa utak, anong utak ang meron siya. Pero naisip niya talaga na all mode ang best choice. So ngayon, sinabihan siya kasi tulog nga kami. Wala si JP, wala din ako. Hindi kami nag-Lost Tower kanina. So, sinabihan siya ng isa naming kaali na, uy, mag-alliance mode ka. Huwag mo kaming idamay sa galit mo, mag-alliance mode ka. Hindi, naka-all mode pa din siya. Pinagsabihan daw siya ulit, alliance mode ka. Hindi pa din. So, syempre, ang ending, siguro may isa kami mga ka-guildmate na may key or may mga na-loot, nalaglag. So, syempre, nagalit. So, kami, ang sa amin lang, the only reason why you're inside an alliance because you have to work together with the players inside the alliance. Alliance nga eh. Alyansa. Wag tanga. Ha? Maximus, shout out sa'yo. Alyansa, alliance. Tinatagalog ko na. Baka hindi mo pa rin naiintindihan. Kung hindi ka marunong makisama sa alliance, wag ka na mag-alliance. Ano pang silbi, di ba? Sabagay, utak nga, hindi mo magamit. Alliance pa kaya. Sorry. Yun. So, dahil doon, parang nasabihan si JP. So, kinik ni JP. So, again, hindi ko pa rin alam. Nababasa ko lang.
Nung kinik ko kasi, hindi ko siya, kumbaga trinay ko siyang kausapin sa alley. Kasi nga, nag-i-start na siya mag-trash talk ng mga ka-alliance.
Ah.
So sabi ko, Maximus, ano problema? Tinatanong ko. Ngayon siya, hindi siya nagpapaawat. Kaya syempre,
Hindi nga nagamit ng utak, di ba?
Para ano yung pang-trash talk niya, para maalis, kinik ko siya sa Alliance. So ngayon, nung kinik ko siya sa Alliance, tinanap ko siya sa World para ma-PM. Alam mo, ang ginawa ba naman niya, trash talk kaming lahat, pati ako trash talk na din.
Eto pa,
So,
guys.
yun, nag-start siya ng ano.
Eto pa. Eto pa malupit. Hindi pa tapos yan. So again, 'di ba, may issue, sila lang ang may issue. Wala ako kasi may sakit ako. May sakit, tulog. Ang kuya mo, nagko-comment sa YouTube ko, kesyo daw uto-uto ako na guildmaster, eche-eche. Sabi ko sa kanya, sa isip-isip ko nun, anong sinasabi nito? So ngayon, tinanong ko sila, anong nangyari? Anong meron? Anong problema nito? Sino ba to? Tapos yun na nga, nalaman ko nga, ganyan. So, ang nasa akin naman nun, anong katangahan yan? Ilang araw ka na ba dito sa Alliance at hindi mo alam pinagkaiba ng BK sa Diviner, number 1. Number 2, hindi mo alam kung sinong guildmaster mo at sino nag-kick sa'yo at ako ang tinitirada mo. And number 3, pakialam ko sa'yo. Diba? Wala naman ako nun, offline naman ako nun, so bakit ako? Tapos sinasabi niya na, kasi nagpauto daw sa Alliance. So, I try to check kasi baka mamaya nga naman kasi talaga nabaliktad yung kwento. Kasi may time na ganun, 'di ba? May time na ganun. Baka nabaliktad nga naman yung kwento. Baka may ibang naka-all mode sa amin, natamaan siya, napikon siya, so gumante lang. Yun lang naman na nasa isip ko kasi baka nga ganun yung nangyari. Day, nakita ko yung reasoning. Ang tanga. Ang tanga talaga. Promise. Sabi ba naman niyang ganyan? Syempre inaatake ako. Inaatake siya ng ibang alliance, ha? So, gusto kong gumante. Nag-all mode ako. Kasalanan ko bang natatamaan ng skill yung mga kaali natin? Ay, malamang. Kasalanan mo. Naka-all mode ka. Tanga ka eh. Hindi mo alam yung difference. Baka sakaling hindi mo alam yung difference, turuan kita. Explain ko sa iyo isa-isa. Peace mode, para hindi gumana yung mga atake mo sa ibang player. Para hindi ka magka-brutal kung nasa normal map ka. Party mode, para hindi lang matamaan yung mga taong nasa loob ng party mo. Ayan, tinatagalog na kita. Baka sakaling hindi mo kasi maintindihan, nakakaya naman sa'yo. Party mode, para hindi matamaan yung kahit na sinong nasa party mo. So, meaning nun, kung hindi mo ka-alliance yung gusto mong protektahan nasa party mo, hindi sila mamamatay. Ang mamamatay lang kahit sinong dadaan na wala sa party mo. Alliance mode, atakihin mo lahat maliban sa mga taong nasa loob ng alliance. All mode, which is yung tingin mo, tama, ewan ko sa'yo, Red Fortress ba to? Ewan ka talaga. All mode, papatayin mo lahat. Sana nga sinama mo na sarili mo sa all mode eh. Total all naman eh. And then, bounty mode, para sa mga umaatake, yung mga red name. If it's a red name, bounty mode. And then, nemesis mode, this is only applicable when you guys are under hostile. 'Di ba? Hostile alliance. So, meaning nun, kunyari ako, nag-declare ako ng war against kung kaninong ally, naisipan namin mag-declare ng war, that is a 3-day war. It's a no-guilt 3-day war. If hostile alliance is available, it's a 3-day no guilt, no brutal points war. So that means anywhere in the map, regardless if it's a normal map, arena map, whatever, it will not grant you any brutal points. So yun. Yun. Gets nyo? Siyempre, kailangan ni back to basic kasi may mga tao talaga na ewan ko ba talaga kung anong utak ang meron eh. Alam mo yun, eto pa, explain ko din just in case hindi mo talaga alam. Baka sakali talagang kailangan mo talaga ng alam mo yun, ng guidelines. Willing akong gumawa talaga ng spreadsheet, tapos bibigyan kita ng explanation ng kada isang, ng PK mode, ng mapa, para alam mo, yang naman ako sa'yo. Yang naman kasi talaga ako sa'yo, grabe naman talaga. Para sa hindi nakakaalam, there are different types of map in the game, okay? Hindi kasi, alam mo, sa totoo lang, one of my biggest pet peeves is involving me into something that I'm not supposed to be involved. Tapos yung tipong, sasabihan mo ko ng uto-uto, na tatanga-tanga. Una sa lahat, sino ka ba? I mean, I'm not like trying to down you, but why include me? Did I kick you? Did I hurt your feelings? Nabasted ka ba? Alam mo yun, ang dami mong hanas eh. Tapos yung mga atake pa niya masyadong personal. Parang, why? Saktan ko ego mo, kuya? Ganon. Ayan, in case that you guys didn't know about this, at least this is something that everybody should be aware about. Normal map. This includes Lorenza, Devias. The only thing that it doesn't include will be Tainute and Abyssal map. Okay, normal map. By defeating other player on this map, player will gain brutal points. Chances of defeating the defeated player dropping items. So it means if you guys get brutal points, kunyari, if you guys get brutal points, anybody with bounty mode can kill you. And if you get killed while you have brutal points, there's a chance that whatever unbound items that you have, it will drop. Pwede naming ma-loot. In short, para kang world boss. Okay? Pag may brutal points ka and you're inside a normal map, para kang world boss. Pag may unbound item ka at nag-drop yan, pwede naming ma-loot yung item from you. And another thing, there is a tendency that whatever that you guys are wearing, regardless if it's bound or unbound, it can drop. That's the perks and downside of having brutal points. Okay? Other than not being able to teleport, your AA can actually drop. That already happened before. Arena map. Arena map, this includes Red Fortress, Lost Tower, Lost City, Abyssal maps. So here, and also Tainute. Player can defeat other players on this map freely. Defeated players will not drop item. It means arena maps, if the map itself is tagged as an arena map, it's a guilt-free map. Kagaya, actually, ang Tainute, it's more of it's a battle map not an arena map. Ang arena map, na i-consider is yung mga event maps. The event maps, just like Red Fortress, Lost City, Lost Tower, Battlefield, whatever, these are the arena maps. So, none of your items will drop. Even Abyssal maps are arena maps. So, it's guilt-free. Meaning nun, you will never gain brutal points from killing in those maps. Okay? Hi! Hindi. Kilala naman namin kung sino siya. Actually, dahil sa sobrang natatangahan ako sa reasoning niya, ang toxic niya kasi, binan ko siya actually sa page ko. Sa YouTube ko. Yan. Battle maps, included dito guys yung Tainute. Battle maps, you can also kill players here freely. And also the altar, this is included. But, if you end up getting killed on these maps, there is a chance that your items may drop. That's the reason why if you get Cobalt Vein, you would notice that if you get killed while you guys are in Tainute, there's a chance that your Cobalt Vein will drop. Okay? Kasi these are battle maps. And lastly, safety maps. Kailangan ko ba bang i-explain ng safe zone sa inyo? Diyan madalas tayo matulog. Okay? Safe zone. Now, for those players that are actually complaining, let me just explain to you one quick thing. World maps, these maps, this is your home base. This is a safe area. Well, not so safe, pero at least most of the maps here are normal maps. It means that if anybody kills you within these maps, there's a chance that they can get brutal points, which makes it hard for the player to jump from one spot to another. And it also deducts HP and attack stats from them. Okay? But of course, they have potion of concentration, so meh. And then, Abyssal map, guys. Abyssal map. Don't complain that Abyssal map is hard because people are killing here. Abyssal map, the only time that Abyssal map will ever be peaceful is if Alliance and another Alliance respect each other. If there's no respect between the alliances or if there is a war between some alliances at nadamay kayo, sadly, no matter how much you complain, this is a battle map. Okay? Abyssal Realm is designed, just for those that didn't know, Abyssal Realm is specifically designed as a battle of the fittest map. Kasi this is a place where cross servers meet. This is not just for one server, this is for all servers. So if server 2 is released, if server 4, 5, whatever is released, everybody actually meets in Abyssal Realm. So this is a battle of the fittest. That's the reason why Elveland starts at level 280. Because at least at level 280, you have good enough items. Okay? But don't expect people to always have mercy while you're in this map. Because this is a guilt-free type of map. You can kill anyone, you can PvP anyone, you can do whatever you want here. Pero of course, yung respeto kasi guys, nasa player na yan. Kumbaga ako, for example, I don't wanna be killed. So I don't kill AFK players. Pero gumaganti ako. Pwede naman, di ba? Kung sakali magpapalit ng spirit, need po ba talaga i-recycle yung spirit? As of the moment, yes. There is no reset. Right at the moment, there is still no reset function for the spirits. Okay? There's still no reset, sadly. So that means, if you wish to exchange your spirit, there's a high tendency that you may need to delete your spirit. And that's the reason why, guys. Okay? This is the reason why it is smarter if you only work on your main spirit. I think reset function right now is something that is being discussed on the background. If it's something that we can add in the future. But just a heads up for everybody. When we started in MU2C, we didn't have reset function either. So hindi nyo alam guys yung heartbreak ng pag-delete ng pagkamahal-mahal na Azure Flame every single time na magpapalit kami ng spirit. Tapos, alam nyo yun, yung di namin alam kung saan namin huhugutin yung next na ano. Kaya nga dati nauso sa amin ng paggamit ng purple spirit. That's the reason why before we use a lot of purple spirit when we were in C server. Kasi it's a lot easier to loot and at the same time it's a lot easier to upgrade. And you know, so I guess my tip for you guys, especially if you just started playing, make sure that before you start enhancing your main battle spirit, you stay with that battle spirit. Okay? Huwag kayong bara-bara. That's the reason, did you guys know that up until reaching Master 1, I never used any spirit. I never upgraded any spirit. So, nag-upgrade lang ako nung nabuo ko na yung spirit na gusto ko. And in the future, if I wanted to replace something, I am not planning on replacing my main battle spirit. I'm only planning on replacing one of them. I'm just waiting for that 1 or 2 spirits that's missing for the combination that I actually wanted. Okay? Pero overall, ever since, if you guys know me from MU2C, you would know that I'm a big Razor fan. Dati, naalala ko, I remembered during the time that we didn't have reset as well. I remember converting a lot of players that are using Azure Flame and made them convert into using Razor. And then I told them how and why. And I remember most BK becoming more durable. Kasi Razor, especially in the early part of the game, it's actually really helpful. But now, we have Sage, we have Pig. They're all useful. I'm not saying they're not. But, for me, para sa akin, staple na kasi talaga ang Razor. Pagdating sa kasi almost all good relation, Razor is in there. And Razor right now, I noticed that it's not that easy to loot. So, I'm very lucky that I looted one. Kaya, that's the reason why I chose to use that as my main battle spirit. If in the future, I plan to replace this, ang ipapalit ko dyan, Maiden. I will still... Why Razor and not Sand Golem? That's a really, really good question, Vlad. And I'll be more than happy to explain why. Personally, when it comes to the spirits, there are a few things that you have to consider when you're choosing your main battle spirit. Number 1, what are the basic stats that you guys are getting from the spirit? So, Razor provides damage bonus and HP bonus, which is same exact thing if you choose Sand Golem, right? Number 2, another most important thing that you always have to consider when it comes to your spirit would be the battle skills. Okay? Battle skills are very important because your main battle spirit is something that you're planning to use for a very long time. Diba? Kumbaga, ito yung katuwang nyo eh. This is your body. in the game. It can be your lifesaver, it can be your killer, it can be anything you want it to be, but that would depend on the battle skill. So, my second thing is I like the fact that Razor provides you guys invulnerability, which means for a good 5 seconds, no amount of damage can hit you. Okay, no amount of damage can hit you. No amount of damage can damage you. So even if you get stunned in the middle and then you get ganked by 10 people, you will stay alive as long as you use a 5-star skill of a Razor. Now, I'm not saying Golem is a bad thing, but Golem's purpose is somewhat different. And for me, personally, Golem is something that's very useful for an MG and an Archer. Okay, why? Because MG and an Archer, they have good amount of range or AoE, and they move a lot. Especially for archers, they move a lot. Now, Archer, they have dodge. Okay, they have the ability to increase their dodge, and Sand Golem gives you an additional ability to increase your dodge that can last for 8 seconds. Now, dodge is flee. Flee is evasion. It means it prevents you from getting hit really hard. So it's somewhat similar to a Razor. Pero guys, again, the biggest difference between a Razor and a Golem would be the class. Okay? The class. Golem is not that, for me, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, but Golem for me, for a BK and a Diviner, is not gonna work. Why? Because our mobility, Diviner and BK's mobility is not that big. We cannot move that much. And the range of our damage is super short. Kumbaga, we are short range type of characters. So in order for us to kill you, you have to be beside you. We have to be beside you. Or you have to be somewhat near our AoE or area of effect. So, using dodge or evasion, it's not gonna be that useful for us. What we need is something that Razor can provide, which is invulnerability, which means even if even if you try to run away, well, we can't really run away as a BK and a Diviner. Seriously, we can't. We really can't. So, we need to have something that can help us survive while we are just standing. Okay? And that's why Razor, Pig, and Sage is actually really, really helpful for BKs, Diviners, and SDR MG. Mage type MG, you can go for Sand Golem. You can also go for Pig. You can also go for Sage. But you have to consider what type of character are you. Are you going to be an elemental damage type? Are you going to be a basic damage type? Are you going to be the balance type? Kasi there's no right or wrong type of build. It depends on how you play. Okay? Yes, increased dodge is only increasing, not exactly like Razor as no damage talaga. Exactly. But, again, like I said, increasing your dodge can be very helpful for mobile characters. When you say mobile characters, they move a lot. MG mage type, they are mobile in a sense that their AoE is so large that people tend to run away from them. They don't want to try to go near an MG type, especially if it's the burst mage MG type. It hurts to be beside them. Okay? So, having dodge can make it easier for you to move around and do a lot of damage. You're not gonna last long. Okay? I'm not saying you're gonna last long with a Sand Golem, but what I'm saying is it helps you be more mobile. It helps you move around. The strongest pet combo also still depends on your build. It always depends on your build. For example, me personally, this is not my build. This is not the build that I want. But is this helpful? Yes, it is. Pinay ka? Yes. Opo. Pinay po ako. It is very helpful, pero right now, this kind of helps me in increasing my HP. But if I want to go for more damage, I just need to replace this with something else. I just need to replace this maybe with something else. And this can be the more, this relation can be from HP relation to bone, to damage type of relation. So it depends. It depends on how you're building your character. Kasi every type of relation or spirit relation that is available in the game, it's all helpful. Now, it just really depends on how you use it. Sand Golem, Genie, Pig, Razor. That's also a good combo. Wait, I forgot that combo. Parang yan yung yan yung paglabas ng pig, diba? Wait lang. This one. Yeah, it's good. Kasi the only difference that this makes versus the one that I'm using is just the extra stats. Maybe an additional, a little bit more on the penetration, a little bit more on the damage bonus. I have a list of that, but I don't have it open right now. So, I can't really say exactly like all the extra stats that it has. But like I said, every single relation is good, but it will, the relation, honestly, it doesn't matter if it gives you 8 combos, 6 combos, or whatever. I know a specific spirit combination that is only 6 combos, but dang, it's the strongest. So it doesn't matter how many combos you get. What really matters is what's in those combos. How does that combos help you? Kasi no matter if you're getting so much combos, pero it's not that important, then what's the use? 'Di ba? So you always have to put into consideration if it's going to be helpful for your characters or not. So for example, I got my phone right now. I'm trying to open. Okay, there. I'm trying to open the list. So for example, you said, where's that one? Wait. You said Golem, Flying Pig, Asher, Flame, and Razor, right? No. You said Genie. Wait. Golem, Flying. Okay. Where's the one with the Genie? Golem, Lamp, Genie. Pig. Wait, Golem, Flying Pig. I think are you doing a broken relation, Spirit? Yung sa akin broken relation gamit ko, Sun Golem, Lamp, Genie. Sabi na broken spirit relation. Technically, yung combo na yan, parang yung combo ko. Ang combo ko, guys, hindi pig. Ang combo ko, Razor, Heavenly Maiden, Lamp, Genie, Golem. That's a broken combo. Sa iyo, 7 relation. Sa akin, 6 relation lang yung gamit ko. Pero, one of the things that makes it super OP for me would probably be the excellent strike, excellent resist, and then exe combo. Kasi 31%, 40%, and then 20%. Ganun yung combo niya. Pero, ang pinaka-paborito ko, or one of my how is it broken? Okay, this is considered as a broken relation if you don't see a 4 spirit relation. Okay, if you don't see a 4 spirit relation like this, it's considered as a broken relation. I mean, it's not broken like it's not. It doesn't mean that it's broken like it's unhelpful or it's not gonna help your character. It's just broken because there's no one solid combo, one solid relation. That's why we call it as a broken spirit relation. Gets, Vlad? Gets. Pero yeah, spirits are actually one of my favorite topics in the game. I even actually have the complete list of spirit relation, but I only have one broken spirit combination right now. I didn't really have the Sand Golem, Lamp, Genie, Razor, Pig combo. Pero one of my favorite relation in the game would probably Thunder Apostle, Demon Sentient, Sage, and Takemizuchi. That's my favorite. Like, even in my main MU, that's the goal for me. Like, I want that to be my main spirit relation. And then I'll probably use, one second, let's check. Immunity to stun. Nope. But that's a good combo, right? One of the best. Yeah. It's always one of the best. It's that kind of combo, same with the combo that I was using. Though that's what you consider a PvP combo. A PvP combo because it enhances your inner stats. It enhances your inner stats big time. You may fail a little bit on the HP because it's a broken spirit relation. And if it's a broken spirit relation, this is the downside. This is the only downside. Broken spirit relation tend not to give max HP addition to your character. So that means if you're using a broken spirit relation, then meron ka, you already have a 50,000 max HP disadvantage from your enemy that is using a full spirit relation. That's the only big difference. But overall, you can always increase your max HP somewhere else, diba? You can always increase your max HP somewhere else, but that's the only downside. You just have to know how to properly upgrade your character. Kasi if you cannot get it out from the spirits, then try to get it somewhere else. Gets? Kaya nga look, right now my character is 318. But as you guys can see, I am still an HP build. So my HP right now is 2 million. So I always start working on my HP as soon as the game, as soon as I create a character in the game. Why? Because durability is very, very important for me, not just the damage. Especially I'm a diviner, and this type of way of building is also recommended if you're a BK. If you're a BK, you start working first with your durability, and then slowly you start working on your damage. Kasi your damage will always increase. It will always increase. If you do minor upgrades on the game, your damage will slowly increase. But your HP, if you fail to increase your HP at the first part of the game, ang hirap niyang pataasin later. Promise. That's the reason why even if I'm only like level, at a 300k BP, I always make sure that I increase my HP first. Kumbaga that's may mga nag-chat. Sorry mamaya na. Love, asan ka?
Dito.
Ginagawa mo dyan?
Dito pa. Nag-main quest, love. Para ma-open ko ibang dungeon.
Ako din mag-main quest. Maduga ka.
Sige. Hindi kita
interrupt.
Hindi ako makasingit.
Sorry.
Oo.
Kilala mo naman ako.
Okay lang.
Pag nagsimula mag-discuss.
Go lang.
Teka lang. By the way, when talking about MG mage type, do you recommend going auto-assign? Honestly, MG mag is one of my specialties because I have a character in C that is actually an MG mag. Now, you have two options on how you're gonna build your MG mag. Okay? Pero pa-shoutout daw muna sa disciple from Rufian. Pa-welcome po sa S2 bukas. Bukas na ba S2? Akala ko sa March pa. Basta may countdown. Go to Discord ha. The countdown is there.
Nandun yung... check mo nga lang.
Love. Check mo Discord. Love the stream even though I don't understand. I'll try. When I'm explaining, it is in English. When I'm fighting, it's in Tagalog.
Saan ko siya check?
Alin? Si narinig mo? Nagka-PM si ikaw lang. Baka lilipat. paturo build. Ay, teka lang. Let's go back to the MG Mag. Ow. Aray ko. MG Mag. MG Mag, by the way, is one of my favorite characters in the game. So, if I'm gonna rank my characters, even though I haven't tried it, my favorite would probably be BK. BKs are my favorite kasi for me personally, even though I never use it, BK is actually the strongest. Followed by Archer, followed by Mage. Now here's the catch though. MG and Diviners, these two characters can either be both OP and super weak depending on how you build it. Why? Because when you're a Diviner and you choose to focus on damage, then you're making your Diviner as a Mage. Because Mage are burst type. Now, Diviners, you have to understand that Diviner is a combination of a BK and the Mage. So, it's a combo. Okay? The main description of a Diviner is like a Dark Lord. As you guys know, Dark Lord. Dark Lord in MU1, I've never played MU1, but based on my research, Dark Lords are one of the most durable characters in the game. Right? Because it has the resistance of a BK, but it has the damage of a mage. Yun ang pagkakaalam ko sa March eh. But you guys have to check the countdown. There's a S2 countdown in the Discord channel. Please check the Discord channel kasi all of the updates are there, even the codes and everything. So yun. Going back. So I remembered the very first time that I ended up choosing a Diviner was a year ago. That was the first time I've ever tried a Diviner. And I studied the Diviner first before I have actually made one in server 292. And I remember building it correctly the way it was supposed to be designed, and that made the Diviner really, really OP. If you create a Diviner with a really high amount of HP and good amount of durability, but at the same time, you focus on increasing the crowd control effect of a Diviner. When you say crowd control effect, guys, I'm talking about the skills. Because the Diviner skills are crazy. Diviners are the one of the only characters that makes it very irritating in the game because it has silence. Silence, guys, how it works is like this. When you use silence against your enemies will not be able to use any of their skill. It means if you use silence right, an archer can die quickly because they cannot use heal. Or even if they use heal, it will look as if they lag because it won't work. They can click it, but it will never work. That's the effect of silence. The only way that an archer can get away from a Diviner is by using the dodge, which is yung talon-talon, like the jump effect of an archer. For mages, on the other hand, if you're a mage, make sure that you use a shield before going inside the battle, because your shield is something that any other character doesn't have. A mage's shield is never like a BK shield or a Diviner's shield. So, you have to use your shield wisely. And a mage's shield actually explodes. So, it does damage. So, it's both for protection and for damage. So, that's the cool thing about mages. Now, going back to MG and Diviners, like I said, is a make and break character. If you fail to build it the way it's supposed to be built, magiging ampaw yung character nyo. Now, the tendency for most MGs, guys, is, especially if they're coming from a BK or other characters, you guys forget how important your HP is. So, ang tendency is they always keep in mind that they are burst type. They start working on their damage, but they forgot we have this thing called counter damage. Okay? So, one of the biggest steps that I can provide MG users would be to build your character to have good amount of damage, but your HP should be able to protect you from your own personal damage. Don't let yourself die from your own damage, guys. Because everybody here, especially in the US version, we all have orange spirits. It means that's an enhancement of 1,100% for counter damage. So if you attack me, I'm using a orange spirit right now. That means probably 1 or 2 out of 10 of my attack or your attack will bounce back to you. So make sure that your damage is something that you can also support. Kasi kagaya nung sa akin dati, guys, sa diviner ko, I have a diviner, and my diviner is, at first it was durable, and then, for the sake of my ally, because I have an alliance before, or I was left with an alliance before, and that's where me and JP actually met. We were only 13 on the alliance. So we were fighting really strong alliance that is 100 out of 100, and we were only 13 out of 100 in the alliance. And that's us. So I was the strongest in my alliance. I remember before I was the strongest in my alliance. So my goal before was to make sure that my alliance can finish all of the events. So from durability, I moved from durable to damage type. But the problem is, whenever I go to wars or Lost City, Lost Tower, or any kind of events that involves player kill, I don't die because I don't die with low BPs because of their damage. I die because of my own damage. Sometimes I would hit a 3 million BP and I'm already at 7 million, and then my own damage bounces back, and from full health I go from full health to half health. That's how heavy damage is, and that happens most of the time with MG. And this is the reason why Golem is actually a suitable spirit for you guys, because even if you cannot protect yourself, if you can increase your dodge rate or your evasion, you can also dodge your own attack. You can also dodge the counter damage. So yun. Hi Raya, which class in your opinion is the best on PvP or casual mode? Same stats. Depending on the build, one of the hardest enemies to always kill in the game would be the durable type. That's probably because here's the thing. I've used all of the characters before. I've used all of them. I had so much characters in every freaking server in C that I've actually tried them all. So, instead of picking the best one, I'll give you their strong points for all of them. Okay? Because I love them all. All of them are really good. It depends on your build. So, number 1, for BK. BK's strong points would be is they are so hard to stun, number 1, because that's their skill. You cannot stun them that easy. Stunning a BK would just be like stunning a wall. It doesn't work that much. Okay? Number 2, since one of their buffs is to increase their HP, it's not that easy to kill them, not unless they build their characters wrong. If they kind of focus more on their damage and not really work on their HP, no matter how much buff you use, they can still be worthless. So as long as they build their HP correctly, then they're on the right track. Third point for a BK is, since you cannot stun them, and since fighting them would require you to also be durable, even though that their damage is not as high as an archer, a mage, or whatever, one of the things that can actually make a BK deadly is their durability and small but large amount of damage. Kumbaga, ang ginagawa kasi nila, or what they can do, or what a BK specialty would be, is to stun you and then spam you. Stun and spam is one of the specialty of a BK. If you know how to stun them properly, and once they're stunned, spam them with normal attack, BK are really deadly. And if you don't know this technique, try to watch Majesty competition and then try to look for the win. She's a girl, okay? She has the most amazing manual skills for BK. She's a BK, but her manual skills and the way she uses her skills are really amazing. So you can try to watch her. She's really good. For archers' strong points would be their damage and their range. So that means for BKs and diviners, it's not that easy to fight an archer because they can be very mobile. They can move around a lot, so it's not that easy to catch them and stun them or silence them. Okay? But one of their strong/weak points would be the manual skill because an effective archer is also an effective manual skill user. If you don't know how to manually use the skills for an archer and use auto, you're not going to be a very effective archer. I should know. I've been an archer for a year. And I also build one of the strongest archers before. So it's not that easy. For me, it's easy to build an archer, but it's not that easy for me to maneuver using an archer. But it's nice. It's nice to use an archer, but it's never the easiest to maneuver. For mages, mage for me is super OP once built right, but the downside of being a mage, it's not that easy to make it durable. So, if you are a mage, your winning points is your burst damage. Your initial damage may not really damage a lot, but your burst damage, which is a part of your skill, is really, really deadly. So, a mage's strong point would be is to make sure they die fast. Why? Because a long game for a mage is a giveaway game. No mage can last in a very long game. That's why if you try to find the fight between Flare Wolf, which is a mage during that time, and then For the Win, which is a BK that time, it kind of consumed the mage's energy, which makes it not that easy for a mage to move. But like I said, if you kill their enemy fast enough, that's your strong point because you're burst damage. So no matter how durable your enemies is, if you burst them, you can kill them. For for MGSTR, your stun, you have 3 times the stun. You have 3 types of stun in your character. So you have a lot of ways to make your character to stop moving. The main or the downside, the downside for an STR, an MG STR, would be is there's actually no heal. So you have to know how to make your character durable and how to increase your lifesteal on hit. So you have a way to regenerate your HP even without the heal. Same goes for mages, same goes for BK and diviners. Because this is the older version of diviners, so we don't really have a heal right now on this one. For MG mage type is kind of similar to a mage but better than a mage. Why? Because their AoE is crazy. Actually, for mage, going back to mage, there's one skill for mages that I absolutely love and absolutely hate. I love it when I'm a mage. I hate it when I am fighting against a mage. You guys are familiar with Meteor, right? Meteor is crazy deadly. So make sure you enhance your magic skill points because your magic skill points and Meteor can be a very deadly combo. Meteor, guys, when you drop Meteor to your enemy, it does not just damage your enemy, but it makes your enemy bleed and burn. So that means even if they run away from you, they are still taking damage, or it's what you call damage over time, DOT. So it's like a burn or a bleed effect. If you drop a meteor to your enemy and it hits your enemy, even if they run far away from you, if you have good amount of skill damage, it ticks to your enemy. So while they're running, every second they get damage from you. So the heavier your damage, the heavier the tick. And lastly again, for the MG Mage type, since like I said, I have that as one of my characters. I love its proximity. The proximity of the damage of of an MG is like this. See this square? That's the proximity, or that's pretty much not the proximity. That's the range of its damage, which is crazy big. So that means if you're an MG, you may not last long, but you can kill so many. So MG Mage and STR may not be the most effective for 1v1 PvP, but they are the most effective ones in group battles. So, make sure in your alliance you have the right amount of balance. When you say right amount of balance, there's a balance of archers, there are MGs, there are a lot of BKs, you need shield, there are mages, and of course, you have the diviners, right? Because your BKs will be your frontliners, your archers will be your range shooters, your diviners will be your crowd control, and while your crowd control is inside, you have your MG mage type to be your damagers, and then your support CC, or your support crowd control would be your MG STR. So all of them are really useful and all of them has good points. You just have to know what will be the best thing to increase. Ngayon ko lang na-realize kung gaano ka na akong katagal naglalaro ng MU. Isipin mo, alam ko na lahat ng class. Kasi lahat sila talaga na-try ko na eh. Na-try ko na lahat ng character. Kumbaga, nasubukan ko na siyang laruin. Because like I said, I've played for the longest time. I've played when on the first month it started up until now. But my most favorite, since I am not a manual user, I normally go auto, semi-auto, semi-manual whenever I'm in battle. I love diviners because if I get tired, I can simply go auto because it's durable. Tapos mo na lahat ng main battle quest mo? Anong sabi? Dugo-dugo na talaga ilong ko. Sorry na. Ikaw, love, nadugo na ba ilong mo?
Oo.
Sorry. Alam niyo namang hirap ako mag-explain pag Tagalog. Kapag nagtatagalog ako, my train of thoughts, sometimes it does not work as accurate as I want it to be. Kumbaga, hindi siya nagtutuloy-tuloy, napuputol-putol. Pero there's no such thing as the most OPS character in the game. Except now, Grow Lancer. Medyo OP ang Grow Lancer talaga. Pero we don't have Grow Lancer here, so lucky us. At least hindi pa natin sila paproblemahin. Natapos mo na lahat ng main quest mo, hindi pa?
Hindi pa lang.
Okay. I played MU Empire on PC. Loved MG powers / skills. Yeah, because MU Origin 2, they kinda, it kinda has almost the same idea as of course MU Origin 1. They made a lot of changes and pretty much they made a lot of fixes on the characters to make it a little bit more diverse. But the thing with MU2 is it became so diverse to the point that players are always having a hard time, getting the right formula to build their characters. So if you really want your character to be strong, number one thing you need to understand is you have to know how you play. Paano ka ba maglaro? You have to know what's your main role in the game. Are you a 1v1 PvP type of player? Are you the support type of player? Are you more involved in team fights or alliance battles rather than 1v1? Because if that's how you play, then you start working your build on that. If you're a 1v1 PvP player, you can start working on that, but the problem there is you may not be as effective in group battles. So, it always depends on how you play. Kasi ako personally, if I do 1v1 with somebody, I may die easily with someone. But in a group battle, since the design of the character or design of my build is for group battle, I may still die, but I know I can be useful because of the skills that I have. I'm a crowd control. So my job, if you guys watched the domination earlier when we fought Abyss domination earlier in the main MU2C, and you would see pretty much my role there. I'm only 7.5 million, and you would notice pretty much that I am trying to chase down a 15 million player. I may not kill the player, but I will make sure that the player will stop moving. That's the job. That's my job. Kumbaga, that's my role. You just have to know your role. If you want to go for a PvP or a 1v1 PvP type of player, or if you want to go for, for the group fights. Kumbaga, I find it very hard to PvP in this game. Any tips and tricks? PvP, for PvP, pretty much, if it's a 1v1 type of PvP, thanks for your answer. I mean, best class in one word, for example, elf. You have the right class. All classes good, and this depends on the situation and build. It should be manual, right? Because auto attacks naman. Well, not just that. If you use auto, the problem with using auto attack is you will not get the right timing for your shield, for your heal, for your jumps, which is, it's not gonna be easy. So for example, for an elf, there is this player that he is my guildmate. He is my guildmate right now in C server. He's not the strongest, but he is the most annoying archer you guys will ever meet if you ever played C server. 'Di ba, love? Si G-String. G-String, he is an archer. He's not the strongest archer. I think his BP right now is 4 million. 4 million ba si G-String? 5
yata.
5 million. He's a 5 million that can annoy the hell out of a 7 million, 8 million, and 9 million. Seriously. I remember when my BP was 6 million and he was at 3 million, I would be so annoyed with him that I would literally throw my mouse. Because he's so hard to catch. That's if you know how to manual the skills or use the skills manually, you can be the most annoying archer ever. And that's the trick for being that's the trick for being an elf or an archer. Why? There's a skill in an archer, which is the dodge. Okay? The dodge has the ability to remove any crowd control skills. And crowd control skills is the specialty for a mage, MG, and also for a diviner. Okay? Now, as an elf, your dodge rate is way higher than any other players. Ikaw may pinakamataas sa dodge. So, one thing for an archer is never let yourself be caught by CCs or crowd control players such as diviners, BKs. Almost every class is a crowd control other than archers. Archers, the only crowd control that you will ever have for her is the penetration arrow. That's the only thing that can make somebody stay put with an archer. But again, the good thing about an archer is like this. For an archer, you can stand in this area and then you can have enemies in this area and your damage will reach. Unlike for us, for a diviner, if I use normal attack, I have to be this close and an archer can be at this range to the enemy. So that means with that amount of range, you have to know, or you have, hi love, you have to master, you have to master pretty much number one, moving around. And if a BK or any crowd control gets near, you have to use your dodge properly, like the jump. So that's, that's one of the crazy skill for an archer. But using an archer can really be tiring because you have to keep moving. If you're an archer, don't ever expect that you will ever stay put in one area. You have to keep moving because if you're caught by a stun, you're dead. So never let yourself be caught by CC. So again, going back, G-String is a type player. Di ba tayo si G-String?
Oo.
G-String is a type player and he loves to play PvP. Now, he doesn't really have the strongest damage. But the thing with him is, even though my damage can be way higher than his, he moves a lot to a point that I cannot catch him. And by the time I damage his life or his HP to 0.5%, he would keep moving and running and running. He's not by the way, running as an archer is not considered as running. This is more considered as a strategy. Because you're an archer, you have to keep moving. So, hindi ka duwagan ng pagtakbo pag archer, guys. Diskarte tawag dun. Walang para sa akin, I find it stupid for an archer if the archer is just standing. Okay? If you're an archer and you're just standing, that's a stupid move. You're asking to be killed. Okay? You're asking to be killed. So, don't stand. As an archer, use your dodges wisely and use your heal wisely. Never use heal while you are near an enemy. Why? Because of course, if I'm a diviner and then I use silence on you, then patay ka. Misaya, kakastart ko lang po sa MU2. Ano bang magandang gastos sa Blue Diaz? Ako, ginagastos ko Blue Diaz ko. Saan ba ginastos yung Blue Diamonds ko? Maliban sa gold. Sa godhood. At yeah, it's called kiting. You just run around and shoot back at chase. Exactly. And kiting is actually it's like luring them to you. It's making your enemy tired by chasing you. Kasi once they're, kumbaga, here's the cool thing about kiting. When you're kiting a player, you're making them fall to your trap and you're making them follow you and not you following them. So what will happen is if they keep on following you, they will, while they're following you, they will be off guard. They will be off guard. Why? Because they're tired of following you. They don't know exactly when you will be attacking them. Diba? Kumbaga, you just attack. So you keep on following because of course, for short range character just like BK's diviners and then MGSTR, you have to be at a close range in order for you to deal damage to your enemy. So if you cannot catch an archer, they're really the hardest. Kumbaga, they're really the best characters for PvP. That one. But again, if you build the BK right or a diviner right, they're also deadly. And also, by the way, for mages, same thing. There's no such thing as kiting pretty much for mages. But the thing for mages pretty much is you're the trap. If they go near you, you have to deal as much damage to them. Why? Because if you're a mage, being an archer is not gonna be kumbaga, it's not gonna be an easy fight. Used to do that in wow. Kumbaga, it's not gonna be an easy fight if you're an archer and then you're fighting a mage. So you have to be, again, you have to know again the skills of your enemies as well. You have to know their cooldown, especially if you're doing manual. The health potion, by the way, is something that the admins have been discussing already. So this is something that they are currently working on. But of course, you have to give them time. You have to give them time pretty much to come up with a proper solution for these things. But like I said, you don't need to worry because your opinions are actually heard in this game. They have a suggestion box wherein you guys can put your suggestions, and normally we go through the suggestions and we thoroughly discuss them. So make sure, for example, like somebody asked about the potions, right? I personally experienced the game, and so was the other admins, and so was the other GMs in the game. So we know how hard it is to do the potions. I personally, if you look, one second, if you look at my potions, see, I don't have auto purchase. So what I just do is I just buy that much, and then I don't purchase it anymore. I just let it, be used. But what sucks is I also bought this one, which is supposed to provide me like a 5,000 mana instantly, but it's not working manually. So, like I said, they see this, they know what's going on, so they're probably working on that. They're probably working on that for now. But give them time. Give them time. Of course, making adjustments in the game is not that easy, especially, especially if it's just sudden. So give them time. Give them time to find the right formula to make it helpful for the players. Because if they're just going to, just make an adjustment and then it's not, kumbaga hindi pa rin tama or it's not right still, they might end up doing another adjustments, diba? So let them discuss it first. And I actually like the part that they actually listen to the players. So for example, if the players find this hard, they try to make adjustments. But of course, since most of the admins and the GMs and the GH or the helpers, the game helpers, they also played the game. They it's always a very healthy discussion because it's a combination of opinions from the players and the admins. So that's the reason why sometimes when it comes to the solution, it takes time for something to be implemented because there has to be a discussion to find the right formula, like the right balance. If we're gonna remove this, if we're gonna remove this, what's the pros and cons? Something like that. If we're gonna add this, what's the pros and cons? Which is very healthy. I find it really healthy. I like it. Ano po yung orange skin? Orange skin? Parang wala pa akong orange skin eh. Maliban dito. At saka wala pa dito. Wings pa lang ang orange skin ko. Right now, there's not much of a skin. You guys can actually purchase skins here, but I guess one of the downsides for the game is we have very limited slots, so you can't really go on a shopping spree for skins and then use all of them. You really have to choose. You have to choose wisely, and right now, buying skins for me and replacing skins is not a wise decision. Because, come on, kapag tinanggal niyo siya, or if you remove one, either you recycle it or you keep it. And, ayoko lang. Bakit meron ka na Supreme Skin Scroll? Ha?
Bakit?
Bigla tuloy ako
Love?
napatingin. Yes, love.
Ano yun?
Meron daw ako Supreme Skin Scroll. Napatitig tuloy ako sa sarili kong inventory. Asan? Ba't ikaw nakita mo? Wala naman ah. Wale, wag ka nga. Yang hat mo po galing sa Supreme. Ah! No, I just got lucky. Okay, I just got lucky. In exchange or collect in exchange, you guys have the option to get multiple skins, multiple permanent skins if you use it here, and the skins are actually random, so it could be both good and ugly at the same time. I got a lot of ugly skins, but I'm so lucky that I actually got this one Kasi in my main server, this is the skin that I'm actually using, except for this one. Yeah. But see, it's actually not. This is not really considered as a orange skin, but the only thing that makes this orange supposed to be, it's not the same as the main. Kasi in the main, this one is a damage resist of 6%, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But here it's just a damage observe of 3%. But I'm Gucci with that. I don't mind. So Grow Lancer po, Lods Raya, penge tips. Gusto ko sana mag-CC divider to GL. Pag GL ka, pag mag-jump ka sa GL, one thing that you have to consider is you're gonna be losing your heal. So make sure that your HP is high enough because Grow Lancers are damage type. They're damage type. So when I was a GL before, for 1 month, love,
Ano?
naalala mo kung
Ano?
gaano katagal naging GL?
Hindi eh. Mabilis lang yata.
Mga 1 buwan din, no? Parang feeling ko mga 1 buwan eh. Anyways, I was a GL, or I was a Grow Lancer for at least a month. And one of the things pretty much that made it hard for me to be a GL was, since I'm a damage type, my damage was super deadly. I could literally provide damage to a person with a higher BP than mine. The problem is when my damage bounces back, aray, ang sakit, Lods. So make sure that your HP is high, and your resist and your reduction before you jump from divider to GL. Okay. It is a rare skin, but like I said, rare skin or not, there is a possibility that you guys can actually get it here on the exchange. It's random, okay? Yeah, I got a complete spirit relation, but this is not really the spirit relation that I want. But for now, this is the one that I'm using. Sadan! Ang swerte ko nga na nakapulot ako ng razor eh. Kasi yan lang naman ang gusto ko eh. Ano nang... Akala ko natapos mo na lahat, love?
Opo, love.
Bilis. Buti ka pa. As in, wala ka ng main quest, love?
Wala na. Master 5 na sunod.
Kaso, love, 89 ka na. Eh, hindi ko alam kung gaano kalayo pa yun sa akin.
Sige lang, go lang.
Hindi kasi, ayaw kasi lang magunahan ng level. Kaso yung karakter ko, may lakad ata ito minsan eh. Hindi ko matapos yung bait quest ko, kakachika ko. Yung karakter ko nag-AFK ng kusa sa isang spot. Ayaw na niya minsan gumalaw, parang timang.
Oo nga.
Nakita mo na yung ano ko? Nakita mo na yung gear ko? Naka-R10 na ako sa dalawa, tapos yung stats ang ganda.
Nice. Silipin ko. Wait lang mamaya.
Sige lang.
Nasa dungeon ako eh. Yung mga nakalock pa, ino-open ko.
Sige lang. Oop! Hindi ko maiwasang hindi elite. Ilan na BP top 1 niya, ma'am? Ano top 1 dito? Top 1 saan? Top 1 dito, kalahating milyon. 534. 2 times staff or 1 hand staff, 1 hand shield. Oh yeah! Thank you for reminding me. That was supposed to be the discussion for today. What's the Actually, it's going to be a very quick discussion. When I say it depends, it honestly depends on what you need. There is no big difference between using 2 damage weapons or 1 hand damage and then 1 hand defense. So one of their biggest difference, guys, is the basic stats. If you go for a shield, a grimoire, or a quiver, every single time you upgrade this, or you append this, if you append this, you're increasing your physical defense, magical defense, and HP. Okay? defense. Basic stats pala, sorry. Basic stats would often depend on when you upgrade, when you do your upgrades or enhancements. Now, of course, sorry. Of course, if you choose a damage type of weapon, if you choose a damage type of weapon, of course, you're increasing your base attack. Okay? Base attack. Now, again, there's really no big difference. One of the things that really matters here would be the excellency stats. Excellency stats, which is this one. If you choose two-hand sword, it means you get 10,000 excellence, 10% excess strike, 8% ignore defense, 480 attack, 22% hit bonus, 10% excellency bonus, and then 6% attack bonus. That's the difference. So that means it's an enhanced inner stat for your damage. Okay? Now, is this recommendable? It depends on your build. Is your HP high enough? Is your HP high enough? Is your defense high enough? If you can, here's the thing. If you wanna go for a dual sword, make sure that you find a way to increase your damage absorb. It doesn't matter if you increase your counter damage or not. So, I don't really mind even if it's low or not. Just make sure that if you choose to go for dual sword, find a way to get this damage absorb again. Your defense, you can increase it all the time when you do your upgrades. Find a way to get that 5% loss excellency resist. Find a way to get that dodge bonus or that flee of 11%. And the defense bonus, you can always increase this by simply enhancing or whatever. But, it works. Oh, so they stack if you use 2 times that. It doesn't stack, but you remember, your excellency stats, whatever excellency stats of whatever gear that you're wearing, you're getting 100%. So yes, if you use dual sword, then that means you get dual the stats of the excellency stats. If you use a sword and a shield, then that means you get damage excellency stat, and then you also get defense excellency stat. That's how it works. Kasi this is different eh. The set bonus is different. The excellency stats is different. The append as well as the basic stats are different for all of your gears. So, it can work. I mean, I've seen a lot of players shifting from a sword and shield to a dual sword. But just make sure, just always make sure that your HP and your other defenses are high enough. Kung hindi, you'll die. You'll die really fast. Kasi I have a friend that is an MG. I remember he's an MG STR type. And at first he was initially using a dual sword. And I remember his BP being 2.9 million that time. And his biggest struggle before was his damage was so strong that whenever he tries to fight in a group battle, he dies so fast because his damage gets countered. So he dies because of his personal damage. So dahil doon, magda-dungeon ako, Lava.
Sige, love. Ako din nasa dungeon pa.
Hindi ko matapos-tapos tong isa. Ang sakit eh. Yan. So, to counter his own damage was his big, one of the hardest things for him. So, I told him to increase his inner defense. So, I told him to increase his damage resist, damage reduction, and damage absorb. And at the same time, improve his heal. So, when he did that, he shifted from dual sword to sword and shield. And after doing that, he tried to increase it by getting some skins and also upgrading in his Heart of Spirit for his damage resist and then damage absorb. So after doing that, he noticed that he survived a lot. His damage may less a little, pero he's still a burst damage. And it worked fine for him. But when he reached like around 6 million and above, and then he managed to increase a good amount of resist, reduction, absorb, and then HP, he switched again from from sword and shield to dual sword. So now, I remember he became one of the deadliest MG in Majesty. He didn't really get to the elimination, but I remember his name, his name became a bit famous for a short time because no MG really last before, when MG started, no MG really last in Majesty. He was the only one. So whenever people get the chance to fight with him, they would always ask, "Do you know this guy?" And I was like, "Of course, he's my guildmate." And whenever I say he's my guildmate, they're like, kaya pala. Kaya pala ganyan yung damage. Tinuruan mo, no? Sabi ko, syempre, guildmate ko nga eh. Kumbaga, it really depends on the build. If you build it correctly, it's gonna work. Ang kunat nito. Napatay mo na to, love? Yung
Yung ano, love?
Spectre Captain.
Boss?
Oo, yung sa dungeon.
Oo.
Nasob,
Tapos na ako dyan.
ang tagal na nakakainin, tagal ng daming chi. Yung reklamo, ang daming chi. Na rin. So, sorry, going back, it's all both dual sword or sword and shield may work for you. It can work, but it will depend on how you can try to pull up the stats that you will lose when you choose one way or another. Kasi both of them can work for you, but how will you pull up the stats that you're gonna lose when you choose whichever. Yun lang. Sure, yun lang. Kaya para sa akin, or for me, it's so easy to be a diviner because you don't have those kind of choices. It's so easy to be an archer because again, you will never see an archer holding a dual bow. And you will also never see a diviner holding a dual staff. Nor a dual shield. And also for mage, I've never seen a mage using dual staff. It's always staff and shield. So, I like the part that we don't really have that kind of option. So, at least, kumbaga, there won't be a time that we have to be confused about those kind of things. We can just simply focus on what we have. So, if you're using a dual sword now, or a dual staff now, you can stay using that. Just make sure to pull up your stats or whatever you lost for choosing that option somewhere else. You can pull it up via skin, you can pull it up via wings, you can pull it up using Heart of Spirit, you can pull it up using, depending on the choices of accessories or spirits that you may have. You can find something that has ignore defense, something like that. Or you can also pull it up by working on your glyph. So, you don't have to worry too much, or you don't have to overthink about if dual sword is okay or if sword and shield is okay, because both of them are okay. Both of them are perfect. Okay? It's okay whatever choice you choose. Kumbaga, there's no right and wrong, or there's no right or wrong between those choices. It's just that you will lose one way or another. So find the way to balance out whatever you're losing. That's it. Ang tagal ng Spectre Captain na to, hindi ka pa rin namamatay, diba?
Sa akin din, yung tagal eh.
Dapat pala kanina ko pa sinimulan to habang nagchichika-chika ako.
Oo.
Nakakaasar eh. Kakakreate ko ng video. Wala. Hindi, diba recently nag-edit ako ng video. Nagulat ako, lumalabas, wala nang space sa PC ko.
Oh?
Oo. Ang dami ko sigurong error. Di ba ang dami ko yung cut. Yan, ilang beses ko inuulit. Kasi nabubulol. Ate, pinag-uusapan na po nila yung badge. Okay. Here's one thing, Mike, that you have to understand. Don't worry too much about having a badge or no badge. Why? Because during the time, during the first year of MU, we didn't really have a badge. And having a badge or not having a badge doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't. Okay? It doesn't. They will add that, and they will add that soon. But for now, since this is the very first server, just work. Guys, just focus on whatever you guys can work out. For now. Kumbaga, bakit naghahanap kayo ng wala? Ang tanong, hi Elder! But, why are you looking for the things that are not available in the game? And here's the thing, you're looking for badges. Did you already perfected all of the skill ultimacies? Have you got every single ultimacy in the game? No, right? Have you awakened every single skill in the game? Again, no, right? Did you manage to hit R12 already for the wings? Did you manage to awaken or star 5 your spirit? Did you manage to get all orange heart of spirits? Again, no, right? So, it doesn't matter. It does, don't find the things that are not really in the game yet. Love.
Yes, love.
Check mo yung yung Discord. Nag-chat si
Sige.
Ate, if you open the 3rd difficulty in solo dungeon, you can raid it already even if you didn't finish it. You can raid it as long as you open. You can do. Oh, thank you! Thank you! Because I hate it. I hate it a lot. Okay? I hate it a lot. I don't like this dungeon.
Gusto niya magpasok ng dami.
Nabasa ko nga. Ikaw, decision mo yan. Ikaw leader eh. Ikaw makipag-usap sa kanya. Ano ba i-discuss ko kanina? Nalutang na naman yung utak. Ang topic ko? Ayun. Paano po yung skill awakening? Okay, yeah. Good question, Serenity. Skip. Skill awakening, by the way, this is a feature that is only available if all of the levels of your skill has reached master 1 level 1 or level 400. Number 2, skill awakening is only available if that specific skill has unlocked 2 of the ultimacies that is supposed to be for that skill. If you have those 2 ultimacies, then yes, you can start awakening. But right now, and I hate it, I absolutely hate it a lot. When you try to open the skill, okay, the ultimacy skill from the pink diamonds, it always gives you the skill for a different class. Gigil na ako. Hindi ko pa rin nakukuha yung skill ko. Nakakamagkano na akong pink dias, ha? I mean, I've spent so much pink diamonds already. I still haven't got my freaking skills or ultimacy skill for my character. I hate it. I don't like it. But, I mean, that's the fun of it. It means you can be lucky, you can be unlucky. It depends. Okay? It depends. It's fine. It's fine even if I don't complete it yet. Kumbaga, the game has just started. It just only started for almost a week now. So even if I don't complete it yet, or if I manage to complete it, or somebody managed to complete it, it's all about your RNG or your in-game luck. If you're lucky, you can complete it. If you're not like me, nga. Need daw po secret skill book. Yes, secret skill book is needed. But right now, I don't think it drops. So, I don't even know if there's anybody that managed to complete all of this. If you manage to complete all of this, makita tayo sa Lorenza, bubugbugin kita. Sasaktan lang kita, sinasaktan mo, damdamin namin lahat eh. Joke lang. I mean, if you manage to complete it, if you manage to complete all ultimacies, go in the middle of Lorenza, and then checking in the middle of the Lorenza, you find Elder. Just kidding, Elder. I mean, it's not that easy. It's seriously not that easy. I keep on buying that skill ultimacy every single freaking day. Wala. And what shoutout sa'yo, Ken Reyes. Welcome to the stream. So for now, I guess, okay, like I said, don't try to find the things that is not available in the game. Find, if there is something that's missing in the game, You can inform the admins about it, but at the same time, don't worry too much about it. Why? Because nobody's gaining advantage from something that is not even available in the game. Why are you so worried about not having a skill book? Because if you cannot personally upgrade or awaken the skill of your, I mean, yeah, if you cannot awaken your skill, then that means no one can. So it's okay, right? Again, don't worry too much about the things that are not available yet. If it's not available, then that means you cannot upgrade it. Hi, 150! Welcome! Here's the thing. Another thing that's actually missing, but currently they are working on it already, would be your Zodiac Guardian. No. Is it the Zodiac Guardian? Is it? Elemental System. Oh, no. Wait. Elemental System. Elemental Spirit. Here. So right now, at the moment, these items are not yet available. But again, don't worry about the things that are not available. Especially if you're from the rankings and you're worried about not being able to upgrade it. One thing that you guys should remember, if the top 1 cannot get it and the top up to the top 50 or the very last person on whatever ranking it is, nobody's gaining advantage of it, so don't worry too much about it. I mean, inform them that it's missing, but don't worry too much about it. It will be added soon. Okay? Wala naman nakakalamang sa inyo. 'Di ba? Ba't inaalala nyo? I mean, kung malakas masyado si player 1, at least pare-pares kayong lumalakas sa pare-parehong bagay. Kung wala siya nito, kung wala ka nito, malamang wala din siya nito. Wala kayong lahat, wala tayong lahat. Ganun lang yun. Kaya huwag niyo masyadong problemahin. Don't worry too much about the things that are not yet in there. It will be added soon. Pero ang alam ko, may mga bagay din na I can awaken my skill but only one skill. Yeah, because that means you manage to complete the ultimate sit. Halika sa Lorenza, sasaktan kita. Ang sama ng tingin. May isang player na love na pwede mag-awaken.
Sino?
Si Fanny mo, kuya. Pwede na daw siya mag-awaken ng isang skill.
Oh, nice.
Halika dito, nagdidilim paningin ko sa'yo. Joke lang. Ako wala pa talaga, inis na ako eh. Yung iba nga halos wala pang skill. Ito. Oh. HP bonus. Ang hirap-hirap bumuo ng skill eh. Inis na ako. Pero okay lang. Ganun talaga eh. That's life. Yee! Cute! Elder. But I don't have, again, don't worry too much about not really having the skill book. At least one of the greatest advantage of not having the skill book, it means nobody has a skill book yet. Nobody. So by the time that it starts dropping from the maps or it starts being available in the game, at least everybody will be at ground zero. Everybody starts from zero. So nobody gains advantage from it yet. Nobody wala nakakalamang. Alam niyo yun? So that's the good thing about it. If it's not available yet, that's it for me. I find it as a good thing. Because it means we'll start all at the same time. Walang makakalamang. Yun lang yun. That's the fun thing about it. Ako, nahihirapan ako sa glyph kasi hindi ako makapag-Lost Tower dahil pag Lost Tower natulog ako, nakakaasar. Ma'am Raya, pa-topic naman ng Roland War. I don't know if the Roland War right now is buggy, but the last time that we tried to join Roland War, it didn't work. So, I guess just a few simple things. The Roland War in this in MU2 US version is kind of similar from the Roland Wars that we had a year ago, like the very first year. So if City War bidding is available, so that I think this one is at the same time as Lost City, so that's 12:30 p.m. PHT or like I mean PH time or GMT plus 8. That's again 12:30. Yeah, 12:30 That's the bidding time. Now, this is actually going to use gold. There's no tokens. There's no tokens or whatsoever. Wag naman ka-guild mo ko. Babagbagin pa rin kita. Nagdidilim yung paningin ko sa'yo. Joke lang. So, it's actually going to use gold. So, dito, ito yung nakakainis dito talaga dati sa amin. Uso yung espiyahan, uso yung panay-check kung ilan yung gold ng kalaban, mga ganun. Kasi hindi mo alam kung ilan yung idadrop mo. Pero dito, the Roland War here, like I said, it's similar to the Roland War before. So, fast hands win. And strategy wins. You can strategize by putting maximum amount of gold. Or, you can strategize by not putting gold and then dropping it at a later time. Like last second. So, I guess the strategy will all depend on your leader. Lampasan mo sa akin yung leader. Kaya mo yan. Hindi, kaya mo yan. Ayoko, kaya mo yan. Tuturuan kita. Kung paano magiging diskarte natin dyan. Pero, kaya mo yan. And shoutout sa'yo, Boss AG. Hindi, para matry mo, diba? Hindi mo pa natatry yung dating Roland War. Ako, nasubukan ko na yan eh. I remember I was a leader before, and I was also a bidder before for, I tried it in Jommarn. I was a bidder for Jommarn. I also tried to be a bidder, in 292, and that was the scariest thing ever. It will make your heart jump out of your chest, especially during the last minute. Yamot talaga, promise. Roland War is on Sunday. So, I don't know what time you guys follow, but if it's going to be PH or GMT plus 8 or PH time, the bidding starts at 12:30 p.m., which is at the tanghali, and then the war itself starts at 1 p.m. So, that's Roland City Wars. And I don't know if it works, but like I said, the last time, which is on last Sunday, it didn't really work for us. We cannot really bid. No, the war is the same war as the ones that you guys can see in my live streams. It's the same exact war. The only difference would be the bidding. But the war, the battle itself is very simple, guys. See this? This is the Roland City War map. So, in Roland City, whoever wins the bidding, there will only be 3 alliances that will win the bidding. Alliance A, Alliance B, Alliance C. Now, there are 2 floors here. You see this blue portal right over here? This leads to the second floor. That second floor, guys, is very important. I'll discuss that to you guys later. But first, let's talk about the functions here. The one in the middle, you guys can fight in the middle. This is the resurrection flag. Whichever alliance gets the resurrection flag, kunyari, if Alliance A gets the resurrection flag, if they die, instead of spawning here, they will spawn here. This is the occupy resurrection respawn point. Gets? So anybody can steal the flag because in here, for example, I'm the flag holder, right? I end up getting the flag. If you kill me, you have to keep hitting the flag until you guys get the flag. And then, for example, if Alliance B, Alliance C wants to take it again, you have to kill that person who tried to get the flag and then hit it multiple times to get the flag. And you guys will see on the side the name of the alliances, and it will show whoever the flag holder is. So that's the main function of the first floor. Now, you guys will see a mini room in the middle, on the top middle part. In this room, there is one specific door. Once you go inside the portal, you'll be routed in the second floor. Now, the second floor, the main rule here in Roland City War, if your alliance or whoever alliance occupies the second floor without any other alliance member, any other alliance. So, for example, if let's just say Alliance B managed to have 3 members or 3 people on the second floor, and there is no players coming from Alliance A and Alliance B for a good 5 seconds, they start earning points. Now that points determines who wins the Roland City War. And this, I'm not gonna be providing you guys with strategy here because of course I'm a player as well. So if we're gonna show you strategy, we'll show you in the game itself. But the thing is, you have to strategize on how you're gonna stop them from going up. You have to strategize to make sure everybody's dead at the top because you have to occupy the second floor. That's the main goal. The resurrection flag here is just a helper. It doesn't grant you points by getting the resurrection flag. It just makes it easier for your alliance to get to the second floor. But the goal is the second floor. Okay? The goal is the second floor. You have to occupy the second floor and you have to occupy it for a good 5 seconds. And in that good 5 seconds, no other alliance should be there other than your alliance. So that's Roland City War. It's actually really fun. And this is a visual bug because you can't really read it. But I technically just explained to you guys how that works. So I hope that you guys understand how that works. And if you guys win the Roland City Wars, you guys get a daily exclusive gift like this one. So you get XP, you get alliance contribution, and you get random items right over here. And you get that daily from Sunday, the time that you guys won, up until Saturday. And then next Sunday, everything resets. So if you guys have a title, if you guys... Why is it Peerless Beauty? If you guys have the title, if you guys have this one, the Gorilla Mount, and you guys have the Feast, whatever, you guys can only enjoy that for 1 whole week, starting from the Sunday that you guys won up until Saturday. By the time it reaches Sunday, before bonfire, everything will be reset. So you guys will lose the mount, you guys will lose the title, and there's no Roland Feast during Sunday. So please, utang na loob server 1. Wala akong mababasa tuwing Sunday na bakit na kami ginugutom? Bakit walang feast? Ang damot nyo naman, bakit walang feast? Kasi walang feast sa Sunday. Ha? May new code ba sa title? Wala eh. Yeah, save lang sa isa. Save lang sila. If it's MU Origin 2, they're all the same.
Love yung title daw dun sa Steam. Naalala mo pa?
Hindi na available yun. Ginawa lang nilang available yun for, for a couple of hours. Parang ganun. 2 to 3 hours. We can ask. We can ask naman. I guess. Kailan po kayo magkakaroon bonus for donators like MU Origin 2C? This is something that is being discussed right now. Of course, if you guys are donating, then that means you're supporting the app itself. So of course, we want to find a way to thank you guys. So right now, the kind of thank you that you guys are receiving would be this one, right? But of course, we are still planning to provide a better event for top-up players as well. Para at least you guys can enjoy something for also donating, diba? It's not a requirement to donate kasi nga this is a private server, but of course we always want to thank you kasi when you're donating, you're also helping the app to improve. So yeah, it's something that we're already talking about. No worry. There already. Makawi. Technically, ganun din yun. Nakikiwi ako. Ano na tayo? Ay, hindi ka pala tapos. Try ko nga. Sabi, pwede daw i-raid eh. Pwede nga! Hindi ko na ginawa yung nightmare. Kumbaga, pagkatapos ko ng hard, imbes na ginawa ko yung nightmare, ni-raid ko na sa direkta. Pwede.
Pwede.
Ang tagal eh, nakakaasar eh, nakakainip. Kunat-kunat nun. Dapat ganun kakunat yung BK mo, love.
Oo.
Diba, no? Dapat ganun.
Try natin.
Kasing,
Love, paano tayo?
ano?
Demon Square.
Sige!
Devil Square, Demon Square tuloy.
Demon Lord. Yes, Dems. Joke lang lang.
Tara. Pasok.
Ito na, nasa loob na ako. Ito, by the way, for those who are having problem creating, pwede ka na mag-create ng team?
Oo.
Ayan.
Isang beses lang nangyari yun.
Nung first day. Okay na. Hindi na ako nag-create after nun eh. Pero ayun. So, since it's already 2 hours, we'll cut the stream short and namumutla na naman ako. So, I have to cut the stream. But if you guys have any specific topics that you guys have in mind, I'm always active in the Discord channel for MU2 USA. So, make sure that you guys are in the Discord, and if you guys have any topics that you guys want me to discuss about the game, feel free to leave them there, or you can also by the way, if you guys have any suggestions in mind that maybe you wanted to see in the game to improve the game or whatever, you guys may use the suggestion box. It's very important for us to actually see your suggestions kasi it will help you. It will also help us to provide you guys with a better gaming experience. Ma'am Pry, paano ayusin yung bug mail kanina after reset? What do you mean bug mail? Explain. Parang sayang mag-quest ngayon, sayang drop ng AA pieces. Hindi, kami nagka-quest kami kasi sayang din naman yung blue diamonds eh. Hindi mo alam yun. Remember, if you guys finish your dailies, you guys can almost get like around 500 blue diamonds. So doing your main quest is still helpful, especially if you start working on some upgrades here and there. Your blue diamonds are actually really important.
91 na daw yung box ng AA ni Skyler.
Sabi mo kay Skyler, patay siya sa akin mamaya pagkatapos na nagsakaling ko talaga siya. Ang grabe naman na itong mga to. Hindi kasi kami, hindi kami masyado nakafocus sa AA. Kasi remember, no matter how OP your AA is just AA. It's just one part. It's just one part of your stats. Okay? It's just one part of your stats. There are so many other stats that you have to improve, and that maintains the balance. Kaya mapapansin nyo, hindi kami nag-i-stay sa isang spot. Walang laman yung mail. Okay. This is something that may have happened, Jensen. So for example, I didn't open any of this. I just click on receive. Normally, if my mail is full, sometimes if you click on receive all, what happens is if I close it like that and then I open it, may time kasi sa akin, kunyari, kagaya niyan. Close, open. See? You may have already claimed it, and then once you close it out, and then there's still like remaining mail, pwedeng nakuha na, you already got the mail, but then it just didn't really notify. But if it says receive all, and if you click on receive all and then there's no available attachment to claim, it simply means you've already claimed it. Probably when you click on receive all, you just didn't see it at first because your mails are overlapping each other. Kasi that happens to me a lot, especially if I go to dungeon and then I just raid all of the dungeon quests. Oh, see? You get 750 blue diamonds just for completing all the quests. So I find that, I'd rather make sure that I get that before the end of the day rather than regretting losing 750 blue diamonds because I didn't complete my quest. At saka doing your quest, by the way, is also important. Like for example, doing your dungeon. Remember, doing your dungeon helps you improve these stats. Doing your demon tower helps you with your wings. Doing your tower of divinity helps you with your shield. Doing your LOT helps you with your level, and at the same time, you also get some drop of AAs and other stuff. Doing your daily quest, walang silbi, pero I still do my daily quest because that's an additional, XP for me. What else? Doing your arena will help you gain fame, and gaining fame will help you increase your sigil. So, You have to remember, guys. Yes, the AA drop may be really good, but the events or your dailies are actually designed not as a display. They help improve specific things for your character in the game. So make sure you waste it wisely. If you're not planning to do it in one day, make sure na at the end of 1 week or after 1 week, kaya mong habulin yung nawala sa'yo. Kasi remember, every day, you will always have free time to farm AA. You will always have free time to farm your AA fragments. But, your dailies, if you missed your dailies, you missed 750 blue diamonds, you missed good amount of materials from, for upgrading wings, for upgrading shield, for upgrading sigil, etc. So, I mean, know your priorities. I guess that's the only thing that I can share. Just know your priorities. Like, for example, here, not a lot of people actually do Devil Square. There are some people that actually played Devil Square, but what's the importance of Devil Square? Simple. Did you guys know that this is actually a good place to loot good stats accessory? Because if you do your daily dungeons, accessory is very limited when it drops. It doesn't even drop at all. So, Kalima, Devil Square are places where you guys can loot accessories. So, that's the reason why doing it is really good. And another thing, this is also a good place to get good amount of pink diamonds. So, don't worry because pretty soon, I will be posting a tutorial on where to get specific materials that you guys need in the game, like the essential materials, because I guess a lot of you guys are still confused, like where to get this. Love! Nakakuha ako ng gauntlet na may 6.8 defense bonus.
Oh, wow.
Diba? Kaya ako napaganon. Nice. So, yun. I mean, kaya, I mean, I will do that video very soon. I'm already writing it down, like all the places where you can get this, you can get that. Since most of us are free to play, I mean, even if you're paid to play, there will still be some instances wherein you don't know where to farm this, where to farm that. So I'll help you guys out. I'll provide it in the video. So I might need to cut this now. Why? Because naiihina ako, hindi ko na kaya. Anyways, again, make sure that you guys are active on the Discord channel, because the Discord channel is where you guys can get the updates, the events, every kind of announcement that you guys need to know in the game. And also, most of the gift codes are actually coming from the Discord channel, so make sure you join there. And also, please make sure to like and follow the page in Facebook, so that you can also see if we have any other live stream that may provide code or some very important information about the game. And lastly, if you haven't really got a chance to play the game, the link is on the description box down below. Make sure to download the link or the APK version so that you guys can join us. So yun lang. Anyways, I really appreciate that you guys tuned in and listened to the tutorials. I hope that you guys learned something from me for today, and see you guys again on my next live stream, probably tomorrow, 11:30 p.m. again. Alright, so that will be all. Peace out. XOXO. Bakit? Bakit daw?
Shoutout doon si Dobong bago ka daw umihi.
Langya ka, Dabong. Shoutout kay Dabong. Ang mga guildmate ko talaga, pasawa eh. Shoutout kay Dabong at sa lahat ng mga patatas dyan. What's up? So, yun lang. Anyway, thank you so much again for tuning in. And see you guys again on my next live stream. Peace out. XOXO. Right?